and do my post for tomorrow. So for those of you who are new to this chat or tuning in because you found this chat, it is part of my 31 days of YouTube on my blog, which is mandyjeanchic.com. 31 days of YouTube. Sorry, from Copenhagen to airport to Malmo. Is that how you pronounce it? Sweden? Awesome. 15 minutes. I would love to live up that way. You're very blessed. Excuse me. But the 31 days of YouTube is basically where it's 20 minutes, where I'm teaching others how to start a YouTube channel and empowering them to get started. So if you would like more information, go to my blog, mandyjeanchic.com. But today, I have one topic that's actually kind of broad, and it is camera equipment for YouTube. There's a lot of people that are on YouTube who say, well, you can't shoot with a phone, or you can't shoot with your computer. Can you follow me? Well, we'll get to that. When you're shooting YouTube videos, my thing is just get started. Thank you. Is just start filming and just produce a couple videos, see if you like it, and then see if investing in equipment is something that you want to invest. No more pants today. Okay, well, apparently the men are out today. But when it comes to YouTube, like I said, I just want to empower you to get started. Now, one of the things, in my opinion, that is really important when it comes to YouTube is use what you have when you first start. Whether you have an iPad, you have an iPhone or an Android phone, or your webcam on your computer, use what you have before you invest into camera equipment, because you may do a YouTube channel and realize that it's not for you. So what do I love YouTube, been on since late 2005. Awesome. What's your channel? Leave your channel link below so I can make sure that I check out your channel. I love checking out new YouTubers. What do you use to film with, by the way? If you could share that with us, that would be super duper. But what I actually started off filming with was, oh, you know what? I'll actually show it to you guys because I think it is right here. This is my very first camera ever. And YouTube / Shamir. Okay, I will check you out. This is my very first camera ever. And it's kind of embarrassing because it's just been stuck in a drawer, so it's a little dirty. So don't judge me. But my grandma actually sent me this camera when I said that I wanted to start filming YouTube videos. So she sent me this camera as a gift. I have dropped this camera. It's actually a little rattly. And it was my tried and true. It filmed in great quality. This is a Canon PowerShot SX10IS. And it was a great camera to thank you. It was a great camera to get started with, and as you can see, I even have like a mark on the lens too. But it filmed great videos, it filmed in HD, and it got me started. So I got started using what I have. And I filmed for about a year with this, and I loved it. It had, which is important to me. Oh, you should. Okay, let me go up and check out your channel, and then I'll, take a look at your videos. And I think that you should post some of your videos and share your knowledge and your filmmaking skills with everybody. I mean, there's some trolls on YouTube, there's a lot of good people also who love watching, independent movie makers and things like that. So, but what's important to me about a camera for YouTube is this little handy dandy flip screen here. And this is why I absolutely love Canon. If you're a painter, you should film some YouTube videos about painting, since that's what we're talking about. YouTube is a great way to market. So when I was filming, when I was first starting, obviously my camera would be pointing at me, and I could flip my screen so I could see what I was doing, right? That's why I love Canon. Now, this camera, it still works, but I don't film on it as much anymore because the quality of my T5i is just so much better. But you have a good evening. So that was my first camera. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are starting out filming on iPads. As long as you film on your iPad in good quality, which good quality to me is anything 720 and up or 1080 HD, you will have decent video to get started with. So I'm going to do vlogs soon as next year. I leave a journey of walking around the world with only my, don't leave me hanging, type faster, backpack, camera, and supplies. Oh my gosh, I love that. I would love to watch your videos on your vlogs. So definitely follow me on here and send me an email to mandyjeanchic@gmail.com and we'll talk about this. I would love to help you out with that. So, but getting started with like an iPad or your webcam, you just want to shoot in the best quality that you can. So from my little Canon, I always forget this thing called PowerShot, I decided that I loved making YouTube videos. So I did go ahead and I invested in a Nikon, what is this? I don't even remember now. 3100. And I really liked this camera, but the biggest fault that I had with this camera is there's no flip screen. So I could not see when I was filming my videos. So I couldn't tell if I was in focus or anything. This is a great camera for photography. I like the community aspect of YouTube. Yes, you really build a community when it comes to YouTube. When I got started in this camera though, I love the photography side of it, which is why I kept it. But it just didn't work for me for filming video. Also, I do not think the audio quality on the Nikon is as good as the Canon, but you can buy external mics and things like that to fix it. So to go on the camera journey with me, the Nikon D3100, it is about a $400 camera. It's a good camera for pictures, but I would not recommend this for video. Now, I'm sure there's probably YouTubers who use this, and their videos are great, but the ease of use on this was not as easy for me, and I don't consider myself someone who is totally camera illiterate. So for me, it was a little difficult to use, but I do love this camera for photography. So after that camera, I went ahead and invested in my baby, which my baby is the Canon T5i. The reason why I went with the T5i over the iPhone 6 usually does a good job for people. iPhone 6 camera, I'm actually doing this scope on my iPhone 6 Plus. My iPhone 6 Plus, all my vlogs that you see on my channel, every single one of them are shot with my iPhone, which is something I was going to get into after this. Amazing cameras. But the Canon T5i, what I love about this as a DSLR is the interchangeable lenses, so I can change, you know, my aperture and so much in my videos with this camera. This camera was, I believe, $600 or $700. They have come out with the T6i. The reason why I went with the T5i versus the T3i is strictly autofocus, and a lot of other YouTubers were using this camera, so that's why I picked it out. This does have the all-important flip screen on it. So when I'm filming, yes, the back camera is way better than the front camera on the iPhones. But I highly recommend the Canon T5i if you want to invest in a camera to get started with YouTube. Now, here's where it can get a little squirrely when it comes to cameras in YouTube. If you say you want a backpack and you want to have a small camera to have on you, and you're not as worried about sound quality and things like that, my GoPro Hero, I hooked this thing up to my truck, y'all. And some of my 4x4 videos, you'll see this filming because it's hooked up to the bottom of my truck. And it films amazing video for such a little camera. And this does film in HD. I do not recommend this camera, though, for, like, filming YouTube videos because it doesn't pick up the sound at all, and it's a little distorted, so I'm not a huge fan of, I'm a huge fan of this for like just a video. I'm investing in a Nikon D75 mainly for photographer, but the D has a good video mode. Okay, I once I got my Canon T5i, like that was what I fell in love with, and I am thinking about looking at one of the Mark IIIs because, you know, in Mandyland you can never have enough cameras apparently. But someone likes the Canons too. But I've heard that some of the higher quality Nikons do have a good video mode. I just don't have experience with that. So if you do, please share that, because that's what's important in this type of a community, is things that I don't know. I want someone else who knows to share that, because I want everyone to have almost too much information. It's kind of my philosophy. But going back to the GoPro, it is a good camera for filming like action and things like that. You see these on like a lot of like boating videos and 4x4 videos and skateboarding videos and things like that, because it does shoot great action shots. Now, if you don't want to shoot videos where you're standing there, like a beauty video or something like that, I would recommend looking at an actual small video camera. The Sony, I think it's called the Sony Handycam, is a really good quality camera that a lot of YouTubers use online. And it's not, you know, when you're talking cost in cameras, the cost of a camera is variable to a lot of different people. A lot of people, you know, have no problem shelling out $800 for a camera, which I get. You know, I shelled out some money for mine. But you know, some people only want to spend $200 on a camera, and I think no matter what your budget, you can find a camera that's going to work for you. And don't be afraid to start. You can always start with a camera and then end up with a different camera. I have, what did I show you guys? 4 cameras just in this, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes we've been talking. 13 minutes we've been talking. So that's kind of my opinion on the cameras. If you're wanting to shoot like more DIY videos and things like that, you may want to look at a video camera so you can get really up close. Now, DSLRs, once you get up close and you get the right lens, you can get amazing up close shots. Cameras are an investment and you need to take care of them. This camera, I didn't take care of it all. Like, I dropped the sucker off like a 7-foot tripod, and the only thing I did was break my UV lens. So, does anyone have any other questions or thoughts about cameras in YouTube, or want to share an experience or something like that with everybody? Put some hearts on there if you're typing so I know not to go on to the next thing. Okay. Because I know, like, when I'm on chats and people just move on to the next topic, I'm like, I'm typing. I can only type so fast. But back to webcams for a minute. I personally don't recommend a webcam for filming unless that's 1, all you have, or 2, you have a really good quality webcam. I am an Apple girl. I've always been an Apple girl. So the webcam on Apples are great. Now, you know, when it comes to vlogs and things like that, obviously you're probably not going to want to carry around, you know, if you're hiking and things like that, you're not going to want to carry around a DSLR all the time. So what I honestly do, like I said in my vlogs, I film on my iPhone. I have the 6 Plus with like I think it's like 128 gig memory or something. I have filmed hours of video, and I do delete it and I clean it out, obviously, but I have not filled up the capacity. So highly recommend that. So what camera are you thinking about? You said the Nikon D750, right? Is that what you're thinking about taking with you on your trip? $750, yeah. Is it a bigger camera? Like, is that like a regular DSLR, right? I can't wait to see your video and photography traveling around like that. I think that would be amazing. So, does anyone else have any other questions about cameras or anything when it comes to the spectrum of cameras for YouTube? But I won't mind the wait. Yeah, good for you. That's awesome. I think also having a good strap, and also having, when you're vlogging, like, it drives me nuts when people are shaking their camera. So I think having a really good tripod, or, I mean, they make some of the braces. They make so much stuff for cameras now, and there's so many YouTube channels right now that are showing you how to make budget camera equipment. Frugal Filmmaker is one of them. that's the kind of stuff I get into because I'm just like a huge camera nerd, and I love cameras. I'm such a camera girl. Now, sorry, I was like jumping around in my notes here. Personally, if you're thinking about starting a channel, just start with what you have. The only reason why I showed you the cameras that I have was because, one, I wanted to share with you kind of my camera journey, and two, for me, the flip screen is really important for the videos that I produce, and I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys that. Nikon, I think that they have some cameras that may have the flip screen. When you get higher up in Canon, my dad's old camcorder, I remember my grandma had this huge camera, and it made noises when and I was always intrigued by that. Ever since I was a kid too, I've always loved film and video, and you know, I was always the girl that was the ham on the video. You know, I was always sucking up all the attention. So I think that those are some of my favorite memories, are my grandmother and her camera equipment and all of that. I mean, I loved it. So what equipment do you need when you film? Now, I think it's really interesting. We have a vlogger on the chat. I'm a vlogger, and I also do beauty videos and DIY videos and a whole bunch of other different type of videos. You know, I know Jess wants to do DIY videos. For the other people that are on the chat, what kind of videos do you want to film? And I'll share with you guys some of the equipment that I use, and then maybe some of the others will share some of the equipment that they use too. I think it's really, really, really important, number one, to invest in a good tripod or invest in something that's going to protect your camera. I can't, I just had a remote. Sorry, if I didn't write it down, I'd forget about it. For me, I don't mind shelling out $50 to $100 for a good tripod, because I've had cameras fall off of crappy tripods before, and never again will I do that. I think having a decent tripod that feels sturdy, and you can adjust the height, and you can adjust the what do I want to say? Like the angle of your camera, those are really important. If you're making DIY videos, you're probably going to want some type of a tripod that will put your camera over your table. So, you know, when you're getting into YouTube, you're probably going to end up spending a little bit of money to get what you want, or making it. I have a tripod back there that I got at Best Buy, and it has padding on it, and it's very sturdy. It's like my rock when I film my videos. I know that tripod's always going to be there for me, and it even has like a lever on the top where it tells me if my camera's in balance. It's a really good tripod. When I do my vlogs, I have, it's not a selfie stick, but it's like a small tripod that I use so I can like see my face, and so I can like include my background and stuff like that. That was a little $10 cheapie I got at Walmart. I would recommend, though, looking for a very sturdy tripod, and you can even find them on sale sometimes at Best Buy. Monopod, yes, thank you. You can find them on sale at Best Buy. Amazon will be your friend. I recommend, when you're looking at camera equipment, doing a little bit of research and finding what you like, and even going to like Best Buy. I know Sam's Club has camera equipment, things like that. Checking it out, looking at it, because I have really small hands, so I need to be mindful of that when I'm looking at camera equipment, because my T5i is actually a little big for my hands. So when I'm taking still shots, I kind of, if I didn't have my tripod, I would feel a little unbalanced. That's why I always recommend, you know, feeling things and touching things and making sure that's something that's going to work for you. When you're looking at tripods, think about what you are filming, because that is so important. When you don't want to buy a bunch of tripods that you're never going to use. So be mindful of what you actually need to succeed or to produce your videos. And look at that, because there are so many. I researched for months about different DSLRs. So did I. I had a spreadsheet. I had a spreadsheet with all the cameras I was looking at, what they filmed in, if they had a flip screen, you know, it went on and on. Finally, how I actually ended up with a T5i was my grandmother was on QVC, and she said, they have a good deal right now, do you want one? And I was like, heck yeah. So I went up to QVC, and I got a good deal on it. I got the camera and a bunch of other stuff that come along with it. But actually, they sent me a really crappy tripod. And I actually gave the tripod away because it just was not sturdy, you guys. But so look for quality equipment. And if you have to shop around to get the best price, shop around to get the best price. Because quality equipment will help make your videos quality. I was shooting a lookbook. And this camera, my little one, was on the tripod. And the wind blew really hard. And my tripod went beep, boop, on the ground. Make sure you have quality content, yes. When my camera hit the ground, I was a wreck because I thought my camera was broken. So quality equipment is such a big deal when it comes to looking at things, because if you're going to spend $800 on a camera, you don't want it to fall off a tripod. So also memory cards. Memory cards are very important. I find the best deals on memory cards on Amazon and, believe it or not, Best Buy. I bought a bunch of these SanDiscs. This is just the adapter. But they're these teeny tiny little cards which fit in my GoPro and my other cameras, but I have to have the adapter for it. And this one is a 64 gig. I buy these when they're on sale because of the simple fact that anyone who does photography and video knows these suckers, they either multiply or they disappear and they've created their own colony somewhere, because I'm always losing these damn cards. So I have a stockpile now. I normally get these. It has dual slots and is great for photography and for video. Awesome. I normally pick these up when they're on sale at Best Buy around Christmas time. Normally the day after Thanksgiving is the time to really look for these. And I get these for like 30 bucks. 20 to 30 bucks depending on the card. So, and I pick them up like 5 at a time. So memory cards are very important. Now if you're shooting in HD, you're going to want to get a little higher quality memory card. So you're going to want to spend the money on that. Because when you're transferring files to your computer and taking files off, you'd be surprised how much a quality card can make a difference in that. My other recommendation to looking at for your camera, if your camera allows for it, is a remote. When I'm shooting lookbooks and things like that, and I have to go turn my camera on and then walk and then stand there, it's so much easier when I have my little remote. The best place I've found to buy remotes for cameras is Amazon. I think my remote was like $10 for my Canon, and it syncs right up, works every time, it's great. What other things would you guys recommend when it comes to camera equipment to shoot your videos? And just a reminder, we're strictly talking about cameras and camera equipment on this video. We have 31 more days of YouTube, well, not 31 more days, we have 27 more days. 27 more days to talk about everything else too. So just, kind of be a little mindful of that. But what equipment do you guys think is super important to have a successful channel on YouTube? I'm really interested to see your Nikon camera and to see your videos. So I do hope that you, if for some reason I don't make it over to your channel, go to like Instagram or Twitter or something and look me up at Mandy Jean Chic and send me your link again in case I forget, because I definitely want to check out your videos. Okay, so does anyone have any other thoughts or tidbits of information about cameras and shooting and what you're looking for? Any other questions? Anything like that? Give this video some hearts if you thought I was helpful. Okay, so let's get on to the giveaway portion of this. I'm doing giveaways periodically on my blog, but I am announcing winners on Periscope because I think Periscope is an amazing, amazing media outlet, and I would love to see more people joining Periscope. So I did, and the giveaway is closed for anyone who is new on this channel, but I am doing giveaways periodically during the 31 days of YouTube as I as it goes along with what we're talking about. So on the very first day, I talked about planners for planning your YouTube channel, you know, being organized. And I was giving away 3 planners. I was giving away 2 of these, Teresa Collins, what are they called? They're gold planners, which these you cannot get anymore. I actually stockpiled these, and before they went on clearance, by the way, because I wanted to wait for a special time to give these away. And they are not marked, which means, let me show them to you guys. And what I mean by not marked, they don't have dates on the planner, so you can use these continuously. And I do have 2 winners for these 2 planners. The first winner is my friend Leslie, which is at Run with Craft Scissors. She won one when she shared the 31 Days of YouTube graphic on Instagram. And the other winner is from Australia, and it is my friend Charlene. I call you my friend and then I butcher your name. I'm such a terrible person. I'm sorry. But you won one. So what I need you 2 to do is to send me an email, mandyjeancheek@gmail.com, and say, hey, I won the Teresa Collins planner. I will get back to you, and I'll get your address, and then I will probably be heading to the post office on Saturday to ship these out. The one that's going to Australia, I should be going to the post office on Saturday to ship these out, but I will make sure that I get you the tracking number and the customs number, because, you know, things happen. Now, for the planner that everybody wanted was the weekly planner from the Day Designer for Target. As a YouTube girl, if you guys need a good planner for YouTube, this is a great planner. It's not bulky. I mean, it's the size of a sheet of paper, but it gives you plenty of space to plan and write. And the winner of this is the girl who I helped name her channel today, Jess. I absolutely love this girl because she was watching my vlogs, and she's been like super motivational with me and super sweet. So I was very happy that when I reached in and grabbed your name that you won this planner. So girl, I need you to email me, or I can email you actually back. And so you can send me your address so I can get this out in the mail. I'm going to include some other planner goodies. It's my evil thing that I do in your boxes. So make sure you email me to get your information. One more thing I want to tell you guys about. Tomorrow's prompt is, let me go back to it, lightings and sets. Jess, did you just join? Did you miss the fact that you just won that giveaway? You were on this thing for the whole 30 minutes. I announced the winner of the giveaway and she's gone. I will send you an email. But one more thing I want to tell you about was tomorrow the prompt is lighting/sets. Now, that's going to be kind of an in-depth chat tomorrow. So what I need you guys to do is, if you want to attend the Chic Scope chat tomorrow, make sure you bring your questions or email me your questions before, so that way I'm a little prepared for them, because I know that we have a lot of questions on lighting, and I just want to make sure that I'm answering all the questions the best that I can. So my other announcement for the end of this video is tomorrow is a Glampire chat, the final Glampire chat with Paper and Glam. And yes, I keep losing signal. So you saw you won, right? Is the final Glampire chat with Paper and Glam and Miss Trenchcoat, and they're talking about social media. If you guys are on this, make sure you check out Miss Trenchcoat's YouTube channel, because there's a lot of questions on social media, and let me tell you, Miss Trenchcoat is like the social media wizard. So if you have time tomorrow, it is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Highly, highly, highly suggest you guys get on there. They do like a kind of a Google Hangout where we can all chat. So if you're on there, make sure you say hi to me so I know you guys are there. But do we have any more questions about cameras and equipment? Yes, no, maybe so. Any other comments? I did now. Jess, if you were kind of like going in and out in this video because of the signal, you know I do repost these on my YouTube channel, so that way you can catch it. But I will let you guys go because I need to go walk my dogs and cook some dinner. It's already 6:30, so I've been really trying to keep these chats around 30 minutes. Oh, for those of you who sent me the tweets of encouragement for my speech today at Toastmasters, I did a great job. I actually had Jen film it, so I will post it on YouTube so you guys can check it out. The title of my speech was Lemonade or Tequila. So if you want to find out what the hell I was talking about, check out my channel tomorrow. So, excuse me. I hope you guys have a lovely evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Or actually, tomorrow. Have a good night. Jess, you're so sweet. I love you, girl.